All right, guys, let's pick up where we left off. So we just got done doing what? And go ahead and just kind of like review real fast, just in case you hit this video separately. We logged into our admin panel, okay, and went to global variables where the variables were set up, whatever variables we set up or however it came, okay. So we just happen to have a bunch here to work with. So then we exported this page as an Excel file so we can manipulate it more easily inside of Excel. Now what we want to do is prepare this with more than just these default values. We want to actually create a lot of variations for anything. The company name, the phone number that goes with each company. So let's say we have a list of 1,000 companies and we would have 1,000 phone numbers and 1,000 address line ones and 1,000 cities and long state names and short and zips and fulls. Some of these we just put here on our own. Service, look up a bunch of services that deal with roofing, but we still want to add it to our list. Look up a bunch of keywords and add it to our list. What are the services and the keywords? Service might be like roofing, emergency roofing, commercial roofing, residential roofing. Keywords could be variations of that. Emergency roofing, emergency roofers, 24/7 roofers, 24/7 roofing, 24/7 roofing experts, and so on and so forth. Then FB and Twitter, this is just Facebook and Twitter. So this would be like http://facebook.com/ whatever the right name would be for that Facebook account. Same with twitter.com/ whatever the name would be for the Twitter account. That's if I have them in my project and feel like using them. Then I would have put those global variables in my project. And if I had 1,000 companies and they actually showed me Facebook accounts and Twitter accounts, then I may as well incorporate that in my project and make it work. Okay. And we already went over that, right? How to go to places in this project and figure out where you want these things to appear and how to put them into the pages and just make that work. These are all covered in the main videos anyway. So if you go to website installer, you go to the videos tab, all right? Then theme settings actually will cover where the social icons are. And so if you already watched that, and that, then you should understand that kind of thing easily enough. All right, so when we get the whole thing done, we're going to upload it to the bulk file that's going to automatically create the sitemap.html, sitemap.xml, robots.txt with a link to the sitemaps for incoming bots, and already submit all those to Google, Bing, and Yahoo. So it's really amazing because from the time you went and got the project in the first place, you bought one of these, to the moment it's installed is like 2 to 3 minutes. And since you used your own information, whatever information you wanted, okay, oops, let me get down there. Since you used whatever information for the default company information, by filling those in, company name, street address, phones, text, email, forgot password email, city, full state, state, and zip, that is what automatically will populate your company name, phone, SMS, email, control email for forgot password, address line 1, city, long state, short state, zip, okay? Those are the global variables you'll have by default. These other things are usually not in the projects anyway because people don't usually have them. But this is the stuff used to automatically make the website live for the person right away. Okay. And that's awesome. So anyway, by uploading, you'll have it. That's all there is to it. Okay. We want to create all those variables really, really fast. So when you got it and open it, like within 3 minutes of buying it, then you already have this and you can export as Excel. So we're on like minute 4. All right, so anyway, what do we need to do right now? Well, we have never installed the toolbar before, have we? That's the idea. So this is our MOWG Toolbar version 20. Okay, so I'm going to WinZip extract to here, and that will give me that folder. Now, there is another option, WinZip, unzip to here. If I would have done that, then it would have created that folder name and put this folder inside of that. So I would actually have a folder with the exact same name, but then when I click on it, right inside, again, I would have a folder with the exact same name. I don't really want that. I want to use the internal folder. So I just used WinZip extract to here, right? And that gave me the one folder. And as soon as I click on it, inside, I just see all these things in here right away. Okay, anyway, here's the point. I'm going to cut this, right? And I'm going to stick this in, okay, in a place that makes sense. So let's go to our C drive, program files, x86, and that's it. I'm going to put it right here, paste. And I'm going to be told, hey, do you really want to do it? Yeah, sure. Okay, now I have it. It's right here. So if you don't see it right away, just refresh, and that way you can go down alphabetically and find it, right? Anyway, there it is. I'm going to go in here, okay, and I see it. Now, that's all I needed to know. Now I need to attach it to Excel, and I need to trust this location inside of Excel so that Excel always opens that thing when I want it. So we're going to go to File, Options. First things first, go to Trust Center. Go to Trust Center Settings. Okay, we have to trust some things. Okay, we're going to trust macros. Okay, we're going to enable all macros because we have lots of them in different toolbars that you're probably going to want to collect over time because they're powerful. It's going to say not recommended, potentially dangerous code can run. Yeah, it said that for years and years. We've never had an issue with that. As long as you have regular antivirus on your computer, you'll be fine. And then yes, trust access to the VBA project object model. And the reason for that is Visual Basic, that's VBA here. That is the coding of macros and other things, but macros are included in that. Okay, so yes, enable, and yes, check that. One more thing we want to do, go to trusted locations. And by the way, we could say okay just to have that much done, and then go there again. Okay, trusted locations. Right? And whatever locations where we have anything, that's where we're going to add them. Okay? So we can add a new location. All right? And we'll just browse to find it. Now, obviously, I added it already. Okay? So, whoops. But you would just browse to it. And you would say there, right there, right there. And you'd say, okay. Now you could trust the subfolders if there were subfolders in there, or if there will be subfolders in there. You may as well trust the subfolders. If you trust this, then you're probably going to trust the subfolders too. Okay. Now it's already been added. No problem. Okay. I'm going to cancel out because I've already trusted it. So that much is done. I would say okay to that. Okay. Now what? Now that I have it trusted and everything, I need to go to add-ins. Okay, we're done trusting stuff, locations and VBA model and macros. Now we have to go to add-ins where we're going to manage our add-ins. Okay, now you'll see whatever toolbars you do have and some other oddball things that are kind of cool. But if you don't have MOWG Toolbar 20 in there yet, then you won't see this. I see it because I have it in there, but you just browse to it, right? You want to add it into your list so you can check it. So browse, same thing now, C drive, program files, x86, down to MOWG Toolbar 20, and double click, okay? And it's going to say, hey, it already exists. Do you want to replace it? What difference does it make? It exists for me, yes, I know. All right, okay. Now, that was it. Now I have it. There's a MOWG Toolbar 20 toolbar here, okay? And the only other thing I could do is just make sure that I've done it all right. I can close out and then just open it again. Make sure it sticks. If you trusted the location, it should stick, okay? And it should just stay up there like that. So cool. What am I going to do? The fun part comes first. I need to get from this file here to, hello. I'm going to show you something useful. Okay. This file here. Okay. Where I would put in a bunch of company names with the phones and the text messages. If I had multiple, now somebody said, what if you have company name, phone, this, that, and the other, email and control email and stuff like that? address, line 1, city, long state, short state, zip, and even full in your file or in your global variables. But for the time being, you just want to use one company. Can you repeat the information? Yeah, absolutely. You can have that one company name, phone, text, email, control email, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. And just that one row all the way around at the beginning of this project, okay? Because then we're going to, when we say we want 2,500, it'll just copy it all straight down, okay? And that way, every row, every different subdomain that we are going to create will just show that same information every single time, okay? So that way, all of your pages are still for your one company, or it could be the same company name, but different addresses, right? Because it could be a franchise operation that all operates under the same company name. Think McDonald's. They're everywhere, right? But they're all called McDonald's. Company names the same, addresses are different, phone numbers are different. And that's true for a lot of things. Think Roto-Rooter. Okay, phone numbers are different. The name Roto-Rooter is the same. Okay, all right, so you kind of get the point. Here's the first part, and this is how wonderful this is. Notice how all of my variables are like this. They have these brackets with percentages, okay? And they go up and down instead of left to right. And the values, the default values, what should be the first row of values, is right underneath it. And this, I don't even need this, not for the bulk upload, okay? That's just for my own reference inside global variables, okay? If I were to change these variables however I want, and then upload them to the regular file here, yeah, I can totally override all of these. If I change these here in any way I want, I reorder them, I change the values, I change the names of the codes, and then I save it, then I could import it here and it will overwrite all of these with the new one. It'll delete everything here and add in whatever I just uploaded. But in my case, I don't want to change any of these variables. They're all the way I want it. I already went through all the pages and the sections of the website to get these variables into place. So unless I'm making a change, I don't want to change anything here. All I want to do is upload the big list, right? So I want to go to my batch global variables, which is this one, where I can import my big list. So I make my website huge all of a sudden. Step one, convert this format into the format to start filling in all the columns. MOWG Toolbar. Global variables to batch format. It tells you convert the exported list of global variable values to batch global variable import format. So you know that's the right one. That's the idea. We're going to go ahead and hit it. And it's done. Totally done. It put everything up here that needs to go up here. I could bold it if I want, just so it looks a little more clear to me. Okay. And you know how this goes. You can highlight here and you can double click on any of these lines here. And all of a sudden everything's the right size, right? So I just did it. I can save this. Okay. Now all I need to do is what? I need to paste in whatever data for things, keywords or whatever else I have, right? Now remember, this has to match. I cannot just go deleting stuff from here, okay? If this stuff existed in the regular global variables, okay, if it exists here, then it must be on the upload file, okay? If you want to take anything out of here, delete it, then all of a sudden this won't match this anymore. So you would need to delete those from here too. You would need to delete Facebook and Twitter and delete them, okay? Be aware of that. They have to match, okay? Because otherwise you're going to have holes in all those pages, right? Somewhere you've got extra variables that you're not using, apparently. So that's the point. They just have to match. And it matches naturally, okay? Now, do remember to read those notes. It tells you there are 3 extremely important keywords you need to have, right? City, service, and keyword, okay? That's because those are used to build the URLs. City-keyword is the subdomain. City-keyword yourthing.com, whatever it is, domain.com, services.html. So if services is residential roofing, then it will become lowercase residential dash lowercase roofing.html, or just residential dash roofing.html. I forgot whether we forced the lowercase, because it's fine either way. But anyway, having said that, that's the idea. So you have to have company, city, keyword, and services. By the way, can services be products or something? Yeah, of course. Those are just the titles. A city dash keyword dot. So if you really want to use them in a different way, you could put anything else in for city and anything else in for keyword. And then services.html could be products.html, styles.html, shapes, person, whatever you want, really. It's just whatever you're going to have there goes there. Now, let me get back to this other point too. Why would I have a city column and also a city B, right? Because I kept showing you city B. Tell you why. The cities get converted with dashes, right? If there are two words like South Bend, then because it's going in the URL, there cannot be a space. So it has to be South dash Bend. Well, it converts city to South dash Bend. And if I use the city token in the pages, then every time I say South Bend, it'll be South dash Bend. I don't want it to do that. So I'm going to make a perfect copy of that column and paste it somewhere else and call it city B, right? That way it's different. And so South Bend here will not get converted with any dashes because it's not the city token. Okay? So city B is what I'm using inside the pages of all the productions. You might say, oh, is that why you do it for keyword? You have keyword B. Yes, exactly. That's why I do it for keyword, because I have keyword B. In other words, this is really for URL purposes. And so is that. And so is that. Okay, just be aware of that. Okay, now there's another thing to discuss, and that's this. Why do we have brackets around some of these column headers? And we don't have brackets around other ones. Okay, so some of these have brackets and some of these do not. What's up with that? I'll explain that in the next video because we're getting kind of far in here. And I need to explain the difference between columns that have brackets and columns that do not. And so I need to go a little further. I need to already put in some filler information so I can start to show you what the point of that is. All right, that's the next video.